E3 is over, and unless you're living under a stone or not a gamer in general, you'll notice that there is actually a pretty hyped FPS coming out towards the end of the year. No, I'm not talking about my personal favorite Destiny 2, but another one that I'm sure I'll be dumping a lot of my life into. And that is, we're poised to see the return to form of gritty first-person action of Call of Duty World War II. Let's talk about the top guns from that game. Now, there are certainly a lot of really cool and very iconic guns from the World War II era, and I've picked out 5 plus 2 honorable mentions that I want to talk to you guys about. So let's dive right in, starting with number 5. Number 5, the M3 Grease Gun. Chambered in 45 ACP, the M3 was an SMG most oftenly used with units such as paratroopers, as it had a collapsible stock, making the size more compact. It's definitely one of those guns that I'm sure I'll be picking up in the game.
Ares used to make one, and that gun was actually an AEG. Pretty cool.
Number 4, the STG-44. Definitely one of those extremely recognizable guns from the German arsenal. The STG-44's designs inspired what later became the AK-47, and during its time it was not only an engineering marvel, but also one of manufacturing prowess.
There's a manufacturer that made one of these before, and you can probably still find it in Europe. That gun though was more entry level.
Number 3. The Thompson M1A1. Now, rounding out our SMGs is probably the most iconic of them all. Yes, step aside contenders, the Thompson M1A1 is here. Chambered in 45 ACP and firing blisteringly fast, the Thompson was also named Chicago Typewriter. Hey, take a wild guess why it was called that.
In the airsoft world, the one I can recommend is actually made, believe it or not, by Tokyo Marui.
Number 2, the 1911. What more can be said about this gun? It's still being used today.
In regards to the airsoft world, there are a ton of 1911s out there, but the one I would recommend is the Inokatsu, as you really get the most accurate representation of this iconic pistol.
Some might have said, Mark, it should be on the number 1 spot of this list. While yes, the 1911 is iconic and was a symbol of the United States during the war, there was, hey, believe it or not, one more that was even more symbolic than this badass pistol. That's coming right up after these 2 honorable mentions. MG42.
By Shoei.
MP40. Number 1, the M1 Garand. When I said there was a gun more iconic than the 1911, here it is. The Garand, chambered in 30-06, brought the fight to the Nazis. Precision, power, and the iconic sound really cemented this gun in the annals of history.
There are actually a few that were made for airsoft. Marushin made some really cool ones, and ICS actually made one that was an AEG version.
I really hope you enjoyed that list. What are some of your favorite guns? Let me know in the comment section below. And will you be picking up the game? Personally, I'll be playing on the Xbox One, so maybe I'll see you there. And before I go, actually, there's one extra gun. And here it is. You want to learn more about this gun? I'm sure some of you do. You guys are just gonna have to wait for the next episode of RedWolf TV. So, have a good one, guys.